Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick video about how to get your real estate license. Now if you've been following along, you know that I recently got my real estate license and recently hung my license with a broker. I ended up choosing Douglas Elliman, and throughout the process I've been documenting my journey from signing up for the real estate course to taking my exam, interviewing brokers, and finally signing with the broker. So in this video I'm just going to summarize each step along the way, and also what are the requirements for you to become a New York State real estate salesperson. So I'm not going to go into all of these steps in detail, but I am going to link a bunch of my other videos in the description below, so you can check out those videos if you want to see some things or just learn about more things in detail. So the first thing that you need to do to get your New York State real estate license is to first want to become a real estate agent. A lot of people skip this step and don't really think about if they really want to put in the time and effort to become a successful real estate agent. A lot of people think it's going to be a quick path to money, to being wealthy, but in reality it takes a lot of time and effort and dedication, especially during your first few months or a few years working as a real estate agent. It's not as glamorous as it is on selling Sunset on Netflix and those HGTV shows. It's definitely a lot of work that you need to put in, and I definitely did a lot of my research online as well to see if real estate or becoming a real estate agent was right for me. So once you've got that figured out and you definitely want to become a real estate agent, then step number 2 is you have to be 18 years old and you can't have any felony charges on your record. Assuming that you are 18 years old and you have no felony charges on your record, we can move on to step number 3. And that is to complete a 75-hour licensing course that is approved and administered by New York Dept of State. I ended up taking Real Estate Express, which is an exclusively online course, so I was able to complete the 75 hours, the 30 plus chapters within a couple months, all while taking it at home. But a lot of you might prefer taking something in person and hold you accountable to actually learning the material. So if that's the case for you, Real Estate Express might not be for you, but you can definitely choose among the other courses that are offered in New York State. Now I do have a video about Real Estate Express that I will link in the description below, but I will briefly mention about Real Estate Express. It is all online. After each chapter there's a quiz, and then after you take all the quizzes and read all the chapters, then you'll have to take an in-person final exam that's administered by Real Estate Express. They'll have a proctor at the exam locations where you can take it, and you'll find out right away after you click submit if you pass or not. Real Estate Express gave me 2 tries, so if I failed the first try, I can get one more attempt at the exam, and if I don't pass the second time, then I'll have to retake the entire course. So it definitely was extra motivation to try and pass the first time. Now there is no requirement to take the New York State real estate exam after your licensing course, but it is recommended to take the New York State exam after the licensing course because all the material is going to be fresh in your mind. It is also known that the education course that you take, the final exam for that is going to be a lot harder than the actual New York State course. So if you're studying hard for your education and licensing exam course, then you can probably pass the New York State exam easily. So therefore, I recommend scheduling your New York State exam maybe about 3 or 4 weeks before the end of your course. So therefore, once you pass your licensing course, you can take your New York State exam pretty soon afterwards. I didn't know this when I was signing up for the New York State exam. I ended up waiting until my education course, my final exam was over before scheduling it. And when I was scheduling it, I didn't realize that it would take 6 weeks for my New York State exam. So therefore, there was a lot of material that I had to review before the New York State exam. I really didn't know this, otherwise I would have scheduled it ahead of time so I could take the New York State exam maybe a few days after passing the Real Estate Express one. Now moving on to step number 4, which is actually taking the New York State exam. It is going to be a 1.5 hour course, and it will have to be administered at a test center. Well, they'll have a proctor, and when you go in, they'll give you a Scantron, and you gotta go through the process of filling out it in number 2 pencil. I do want to mention that the New York State real estate exam is going to be offered in 4 different languages, that being Spanish, Russian, Korean, and Chinese. And once you finish the exam on the exam date, it will probably take up to 2 to 3 weeks before you get your exam results back. They do have to mail the exam results, I think, to Albany is when they grade them, and then once they grade them, they update your score to see if you pass or do not pass on your portal on eAccess New York. Now, I do want to mention that there is a $15 fee when you're registering for the New York State exam, so when that comes up on your portal on eAccess New York, when you're signing up for it, it shouldn't be a surprise to you. It's just something that everyone has to pay to take the exam. Now, once you've done all these things, it's time to find a sponsoring broker. Now, you don't have to wait until you finish or pass the New York State real estate exam to actually start interviewing and finding brokerages to work for. You can actually do this before the exam and just tell the managing broker that you're in the process of taking the exam or scheduling the exam, and you should probably have the test scores or finish the test by X date, and they can accommodate for you. Now, once you've chosen a real estate broker, in my case, I chose Douglas Elliman. Now, once they know that you're going to be joining their office, they'll actually help you go through the registration process. So what they do is that they need your certificate of after passing your education or 75-hour education course. You have to show them that you passed the New York State real estate exam. You gotta pay a $55 fee, and then also you have to put the name of the sponsoring broker, which is the office that you're gonna be working for. After that, you should be able to send this package through eAccess New York. So once the state registers this, it should take about a week or two. Then you're officially a licensed New York State real estate salesperson or agent. So that's the video, guys. Hopefully that was clear and made sense to you. Those are the steps that you have to take from start to finish if you want to become a licensed real estate agent in New York. Now, it might be slightly different in other states, but the general criteria is going to be the same. Hopefully this helped you understand what it takes to become a real estate agent. Getting your license is certainly not the end, but it's actually the beginning of your journey in your real estate career. So it's only been about a month for me getting my real estate license. I'm going to make a lot more videos documenting my journey as a new real estate agent. So hopefully you guys stick along and follow me. But that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.